Hello everybody, my name is Rasoul. Thank you very much for joining our yoga program today. So we're gonna do some standing poses, and at the end we're gonna go to the floor and do a couple of poses before we're doing the Shavasana. My classes usually are more of the slower paced, so we take our time for every pose, and we take breath about 4 to 5 deep breaths. Then we're doing the other side of the body. So if you're a person who does yoga quickly, this is the class. Again, we do it a little slower. So start with the body upright. Bring your arms behind your back with the chest lifted. Fingers are down toward the floor. Palms forward or by the side of the legs. This is called the Tanasana, mountain pose. So I check my feet parallel to each other. Sometimes I use a block between my ankles. And then staying tall, staying tall with the facing the front wall with the eyes softly looking toward the horizon. This is called open eyes meditation. So eyes are soft and you're looking at the spot around the wall. And then allow yourself to relax the eyes, not tense. Do your best to not blink as much as you can. Then if you blink, come back and try to hold the eyes softly looking to the front wall, and just keep focusing on that. If this is difficult for you, you can also close the eyes. Bring your weight toward the center of your legs, center of your heels. So that will be another variation. If you close the eyes, make sure your weight stays center. To the center of your legs, center of your heels, center of your feet. If your eyes are open, softly looking and breathing toward the wall, looking toward a spot that it doesn't move. Very good. Now bring your hands toward the heart center and take your arms to the sides. Turn the palms upward and stay here for a couple breaths. Stand tall again and lift the lower abdomen just a bit to support your lower back. Very good. Go ahead, release that. Now go, spread the legs. I'm gonna use my block in here. Having it ready to go. Have your feet wide enough that you can feel the hip flexors. Take your chest lifted so you can feel the rib cage opens up, and arms to the sides, and take a few breaths. Make sure you are pressing the feet down accordingly. So your big toe, inner heel down, pinky down and outer heel. You may notice flexible legs. If your legs are flexible, lift the kneecaps to engage the quadriceps. Keep breathing. Very good. Now bring your hands to the sideways or hips. Turn your left foot to the left side. And keep your arms to the side, stretched. And keep your knee on the front, bend over your heel to the warrior two. Now you can look toward the horizon soft without blinking like we did in our standing meditation, or look toward the fingertips. Check the center of a knee on the front facing the center of the toes. Good, bring hands back to your hip and straight the leg on the left, turn the foot, and we're going to do this movements or the poses with the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Repeat the warrior two, right side. Turn the right foot, look at your right foot center, bend your knee over your heel on the right. Okay, keep your trunk over your hips. Shoulders are even, so one is not higher than the other. Same with your hands, arms. These poses that your foot is turning against your back foot called poses for hip opener or working your knees. And straight the leg, hand to your hip, turn your foot, take a breath. Let's go back to the warrior two for a couple breaths on the left side. Breathe to the body. Now, you're going to keep your elbow top of your knee and maybe keep your knee more over your heel. Keep your hamstring parallel to the ground as much as you can. And turn the right chest upward, head back. Or take your arm upward or extend it forward against your back leg. It's all up to you. Now, I use a block behind my foot so I can go deeper, and it's up to you if you want to use that. Support with the yoga block. So this pose is called Parswatanasan, side angle. And go ahead, bring your hand back to your hips, straight the left leg. Turn the left foot in. Let's take a breath. And let's do the other side with the warrior two for a couple breaths. Excuse me. Now, bring your elbow on top of your knee like with the other side. Go to the pose, side angle pose. Bring your hands back to your hips, straight to the right leg. Turn the right foot. Take a breath. And let's go back to the straight arms to the sides, chest lifted. Turn your left foot to the left side. Bring your body down toward the leg. Grab your foot, ankle. Go into the side angle or the triangle pose. And if you like to use a block behind your foot, block has three sides, so choose which side of the block you want to use. And don't keep your body inside, bring your body back toward the leg. Make sure your head is not tilted. You can also extend the arm forward, shoulder back on top, and look toward the wall, soft eyes. Bring your hand back to your hip, bend your knee on the left. Turn your foot. Take a breath. Let's do the other side. Turn your right foot to the right side straight. Have the leg fully stretched, engaged, lift the kneecaps. And go into the triangle on the right side, body back toward the leg. If you use your block behind your foot, keep it right under your shoulder. And keep moving your body back toward the leg, not inside the leg. And look at your big toe. Big toe is pressing down, inner heel down. Very good. Bring your hand back to your hip, bend your knee on the right side. Turn the right foot. And let's stay with your wide-legged pose, with or without blocks. Check your inner feet. Big toes parallel to each other. Take your shoulders back, long, extended the spinal cord. One more breath in here. Now turn your feet facing the right side and let's use the blocks. This is called the humble warrior. If you're familiar with this, you can also have your hands behind your legs, chest forwarding, and head away from the chest, chin away from the chest. Open your throat. And as you're doing so, keep your shoulders toward the back wall. Or use your block right under your shoulders. Keep your heart forward, chest forward, and you may keep your right hip back, left hip forward. And becoming isometric. So this is Parswatanasan, or humble warrior, also called pyramid pose. Bring your block inside your right heel, or use your hand inside the foot or top of your foot. Bring your right hand behind you, face the right side. Head back. Stay or raise the arm up. Keep your knee bent on the front just a bit. Rest the head to your knee for a couple breaths. And let's either, if you bring your block with you. Otherwise, come on without the blocks. Turn the feet all the way to the other side. Stay with your straight front foot. And the right foot is about 45, 60 degrees, depends on your foot. If you have difficulty, bring your right foot to the right side more. So you're adjusting. Left hip is back, right hip is forward. And staying in the Parswatanasan, humble warrior. I keep extending to my spinal cord, and I keep my buttock back on the left, and right hip is forwarding. Pressing all your feet down, part of the feet down, big toes, inner heels, pinky down, and the outer heels. Now keep your hand inside your left foot or your block. Turn to the left side with the shoulder upward and head back. It's all up to you if you want to take your arm upward over your shoulder. Bend your knee on the front, rest the head for a couple breaths. And let's turn your feet back to where it was in the center for a couple breaths in wide-legged pose, or called Prasarita Tanasana. These twists and turns are very good for healthier spine. So if you're practicing on your own, make sure you are doing a few twists and turns into your poses. Now, let's do the twist or revolve wide-legged pose. Left hand stay on the floor, or you block. Turn the right chest upward, shoulder back. And you can stay in the twisted revolve body with or without the arm. Top arm upward toward the ceiling. Good, bring hand down for a breath. Repeat the other side. And rest the head to the block behind your legs with the arms. And if you're doing without blocks, bring your hands inside your feet. Keep your shoulders lifted so the neck is relaxed. Also, you can grab the legs behind you or arms behind your back. I'm gonna use the block in here so the spine stays long. And go ahead, bring your feet together, heels and toes and heels. As you keep your feet hips apart, bring your hands inside the biceps, body forward toward the forward bend, or bring your arms behind your legs. Stay for 5 breaths. Shoulders upward toward the back, so it's not hanging toward your ears. And with your next breath, straighten back and stand up. Let's take a breath. And we're going to do a couple standing position balance poses. So you stay with your left foot down straight. Bring your right foot inside the thigh. Stay tall with the body. And same thing, you're gonna focus with the soft eyes looking toward the horizon. And other variation with the arms upward, or any variation that you choose with the hands and arms. 3 pose of Vrikshasana. And now bring that knee up to the chest with the toes down. So this balance pose is sharpening your focus and balance as well. If you have difficulty, you can go back to the wall and maybe use your hand to the wall, so that will be helpful. And let's do the other side for the 3 pose Vrikshasana. Take chest upward, shoulders downward, stay tall. Other variation will be grabbing the elbows top of your head or palms toward the back of the chest. And now go ahead, bring your knee up toward the chest and raise the top arm. And step down, take a breath. Let's bring the opposite knee up. And grab big toe if you can, hand to your hip. Stay straight with your back. And you can stay here or stretch your leg forward or to the side. This is called Hasta Palangustasana, or hand to the big toe. Other hand can be behind your head. Step down, take a breath. Opposite side. Step down, take a breath. Now, turn the toes to the back. You can stay here with the straight back, doing the squat. Or you can have the sit bones down between the heels, straight back. And you can do it this way. Also, you can use blocks on the sit bones with the straight back. So whichever works for you. Keep your arms open with the right toward the floor, left toward the ceiling, head back. Or keep your arm around your leg, rounded in the leg fingers behind your chest up. Take a breath. Switch. And you may wrap your arm around your leg. And release. Please go ahead and have a sit to the floor with the legs spread. And you may keep your buttocks away from each other. Point your toes upward. You can bring your body forward. This pose engages your inner thighs adductors. So the more you're lifting your chest up, and the more you go forward with the chest up, you can feel the intense stretch more toward the groin. Also, those of you who have tighter hamstrings, you can have your blocks at front of you, a little bit wider than the shoulders, body forward just a bit. Or if you're more flexible, grab big toes, chest forward, body toward the leg, or inside the leg. It's all up to you. Another version will be elbows to the block, hands together. Two more breaths. And bring yourself back to the seated position. Then keep your knee bent on the right side. Excuse me. Keep your right arm up. Bring it toward the foot. If you cannot reach, grab a strap, wrap it around your foot. So that will give you an option to work. Left arm to the left side, body forward. And let's stay there for a few breaths. I'm going to drink water here, just a bit. So keep your body forward more toward the leg, arm behind your back. Excuse me. And go back to the seated position. And switch to the other side. Lift the sit bones, kind of separate the sit bones away from each other. Raise the left arm and bring it toward the foot. Again, like either grabbing your foot with the hands or use a strap, as I showed you. Take your right arm to the right side or behind your back. And release. Now let's keep your feet together, pressing, because now your legs opened up, your inner thighs opened up. You're going to do the Bala Konasana. If you feel your knees are too high, higher than your hips, sit to the blocks. So kind of, let's say my knees are too high like this. So I'm going to sit to the blocks. So my knees are lower, more toward the hips, not higher than the hips. Sitting upright, grab your ankles or feet. Chest lifted. Same action, look at the front horizon with closed eyes or soft eyes, like we did in meditation. So with each breath, you're raising your sternum, you keep your knees toward the floor. And let's take long, deeper breaths toward the entire body. Very good, go ahead, release that. Now, you gotta keep your knee bend on the left. I'm gonna release my block so it's easier for me. And your knee stays facing the center of the mat this way. And the right foot stays inside this way or outside the leg. This is a hip opener, also working your spine and neck and shoulder. So bring your left elbow outside the knee or grab your knee with your hand. Lift the chest, look toward the back shoulder. This is called Ardha Matsyendrasana or half-lowered fish. I love twist poses because it's really help you to have a healthier spine. And you work manipulating the muscles as well. Release, take a breath, and let's switch. Very good. Good. Bring yourself on your back, please. As you lay on the back, I want you to hug your knee on the left side and keep your right leg to the floor. Fully energized. So your right leg on the floor, stay extended, energized. And sometimes I press my hand to the quadricep on the right, pressing toward the ground. Then I come back to my knee. And let's take 5 breaths. Good. Go ahead, release that and straighten the left leg. 1 breath. When you're ready, switch with your right knee. Left leg stay footing it to the ground toward earth. So you're descending your hamstring toward the ground and earth. And the right knee toward the chest. Very good. Go ahead, keep your feet down with the bent knees together. Take your arms behind you, stretch fully. And let's keep your legs together to the left side, crossing the leg, head to the right. Now let's grab your right wrist with the left hand, stretch the right side waist and rib cage. Release, take a breath. Switch, other side. And you can grab your left wrist with your left hand, or right hand, sorry. And let's face the feet up, grab your feet, big toes, doing the happy baby pose for a few breaths. You can also kind of rocking yourself, massaging your lower back area. And let's do one more pose. With your feet together, raise the head to your toes, shoulders down. And other variation will be hug your knees, raise the head to your knees. And let's go and relax your body for a couple minutes to Shavasana. Or you can keep your legs bent and keep your knee bent inside the feet. Take your fingers toward the knees or feet, shoulders toward the buttocks. As you close the eyes, relax the entire body. And breathe in toward the throat, chest, lower back, lower abdomen area. Jaws should be relaxed, and your tongue should be relaxed as well. Very good. Go ahead, move your fingers and toes and straighten the legs as well. And you keep your arms behind you stretched, or hug your elbows top of your head. Keep your feet down, knees bend, and roll to your left or right for a couple breaths. Help yourself to seated position. And we're gonna stay with the hands toward the knees or top of the chest, finishing with one arm. Inhale. Bow to the heart. I want to thank you very much for joining the class. Again, my name is Rasoul. Have a blessed day and Namaste.